My name is Ned Lamont. I appreciate you all being here. My running mate, Mary Glassman, is here. Say hi, Mary. Look, it's really, we're here to introduce our energy and jobs bill. And that's what we mean to do today. I'm also here to introduce a few other folks who have the opportunity to speak. Abul Azam, who's going to be here to build the AI Tech Center. We should be very proud of what this center is going to represent for not only Hartford, but for the state of Connecticut. It's a platinum green building, energy more self-sufficient, energy efficient, powered by fuel cell, powered by solar. This is the future of Connecticut, right next to the Science Center, coming across Founders Bridge. This says what the future of Hartford is and the future of Connecticut. Secondly, it'll be my honor to introduce Dave Roche and some of his friends here from the sheet metal workers, and remind people that going green is also about jobs and putting people back to work. And that only means building the AI Tech Center. It also means fuel cell and a lot of the next generation technologies that we need right here to be produced here in Connecticut. It also means putting an army of people like some of the folks right here, to work, weatherizing and insulating, getting a lot of our old World War II housing up to spec, and what that means in terms of bringing down energy costs. Then finally, it'll be my great honor to introduce my friend, Jay Winthrop. And look, since governor's race heats up, we talk a lot about jobs, we talk a lot about putting our people back to work. We also have to remember that we are leaders, and we are stewards of the land, we're stewards of the water, we're stewards of the air that we leave to our children. And that gets back to an environmental strategy. And what our energy plan is all about is how smart growth and smart energy is good for jobs and good for the environment. That's what you need as a governor, somebody who can take the lead and connect those dots. Let me just give you one salient piece of our message when it comes to our energy plan. For years, the politicians have been saying, we're going to bring down the high price of electricity. We're going to jawbone the utilities. And for years, you've seen the price of electricity go up and up and up. The price of electricity in this state, as you probably know, is almost double the national average. Probably costing the average guy right here about $60 more a month, $60 compared to what that national average is. And it takes more than rhetoric, it takes a strategy from a governor willing to take the lead, who can bring down the price of electricity over time. And our plan has a couple of pillars that I just wanted to emphasize. Pillar number one, I'm going to put in place a strategy where we start buying electricity on a longer term market. We look at Vermont, we look at other states where they don't buy all their electricity in the short term market, 1 or 2 years, but buy out 8, 10, 12 years. And we've seen the producers will offer states like ours a real discount for the certainty they get in pricing. A discount that can translate into real energy savings for you. And secondly, we're going to go after those PACE loans. We're going to go after opportunities for folks to finance real insulation, weatherizing, insulating their homes, bringing down the price of electricity in their homes, bringing down the price of heating their homes. You can do that with no money out of pocket with the PACE loans. As a governor and a lieutenant governor, we're going to take the lead in going forward to make sure that's a reality. And we've looked at this, and over time, we can dramatically bring down the price of electricity, up to $500 per year for a homeowner that weatherizes their home. And that's not just great for that homeowner, but it'll also bring down the price of electricity across the state as we bring down our peak loads. With that, I just want to say it's time for Connecticut to get back on offense. Get back on offense, putting people back to work, get on offense, being smart about our development, smart about energy efficiency, and get back on offense on the environment. That's good for Connecticut, and that's why I'm running for governor. With that, it's my great honor to introduce to you Abul. Would you tell us a little bit about the AI Tech Center?
Thank you. Yes. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for coming up here and helping raise awareness with regard to green technologies, how it can really turn us around our entire state. And I'm just doing a little bit. My speech is a little bit prepared, so hopefully try to keep it as short short and sweet, and want to start thanking Ned and Mary also for coming in here, and I'm pleased to show you the stuff right here, what it was and what I really want to do with it. Create that 11-story state-of-the-art sustainable building. So it was great to show you that one. Sustainable construction in our urban areas is and will be in the future be an important part of our state's economic development. Likewise, the development of green technology businesses in our state will help us lead back on the road to economic recovery. In this respect, I truly believe in the concept of public-private partnership on both state and local levels. It is encouraging to see gubernatorial candidates who understand the importance of these public-private partnerships and taking the initiative to work with the business community to make projects like the AI Tech Center a reality. A recent example of these types of success stands right behind me, over there. The new Hartford Convention Center, which I've been here for the last 23 years in the Hartford area. It happened right in front of my eyes. The new Science Center, and almost completed the Front Street Retail Development Project also came up pretty good. All of these projects have been made possible through private investment and federal, state, and local support, including financial investment, tax-based incentives, bonding, and operating support. Without this type of government support, for redevelopment of our urban areas would not be possible, especially in these hard economic times. As we move forward towards the future development of our urban areas through private development, it is important to continue to make available these types of government-funded programs, not necessarily giveaway programs, but as an investment in our future with a stated return on the investment. I decided to invest in the city of Hartford because I believe that our state's urban areas like Hartford should be the future locations of economic expansion in Connecticut. Not only is there a real need for such investment, but there are also real financial opportunities, such as lower land costs, centralized utilities, and transportation infrastructure and workforce availability. And I really like your message with regard to making the utility costs affordable. That's the whole thing for businesses. So that was really good to hear from you. There is also a social benefit, which is something that is often overlooked. A sustainable economic base can be created in the inner cities, the same as has been created elsewhere, that is through private for-profit initiatives and an investment based on an economic return and competitive advantage. To help foster urban reinvestment, I would encourage our state political leaders, like you guys, to provide more economic incentives for private investment in our state's urban areas, designed to both encourage commercial development and the creation of jobs by small and medium-sized businesses like me. There are many methods available to achieve these goals, including the use of tax incentives, grants, and direct financing initiatives. When employing these government-backed methods, we should also look at ways to simplify the bureaucratic process. I'm sorry to use the word, I guess it is often used, through which private developers and businesses can participate. Government-sponsored programs designed to encourage economic development in our urban areas need to be implemented to be effective. These programs need to be real and just not showpieces based on political expedience. Yeah, I guess somebody wrote it for me, Mike wrote it for me. It is true. I mean, we want to, that we want to be real. We want to really do the job, and not because it is fashionable in this particular time. Today we have an opportunity to make real differences in the areas of our state which are in genuine need of help. We must encourage and bridge together the use of green technologies, mass transit, and intermodal transportation system, and urban-based economic development. In other words, try to have a holistic approach with regard to the green. Our state government should be a leader in this effort, and I encourage all candidates like you, Ned and Mary, running for statewide office to make this part of their campaigns, and if elected, a priority as they start serving the people in Connecticut. You've already done that, so that is so good to know. because of the underlying need and benefit to the state of Connecticut, the state government should approve a pedestrian-friendly mass transit, which is deeply, I believe in that, because it's 27 years being in the transportation industry, with being involved in many of the DOT projects. I came in the wake of the Myanus River Bridge collapse as a young bridge engineer, and I've been involved very intimately with many of the projects. And I really look forward to mass transit, particularly in our urban areas, connecting people, moving people, and that's an important piece of our readable development effort. And yes, to put this really line about the mass transit and more bus services, more inner city friendly transportation, bikeways, those are the things that can really, in addition to the building infrastructure, can rev up our urban downtown area here in Hartford. This type of system could provide travel between our major areas such as New Haven, Hartford and Springfield. We heard about the light rail, and I hope, and it should become a reality in a couple of years, 2012, 13, 14. I keep talking to all the folks that are in charge of the planning process, and that makes me feel good about it. It is my goal to build an 11-story LEED Platinum certified office building, which I plan to do here on the site right behind me. This sustainable design commercial office building will represent the state-of-the-art in commercial construction techniques. AI Tech Center will symbolize what the future will look like with respect to the development of our urban areas, not only because of its use of green technologies, but also because it will provide high-paying construction jobs to many people at a time when we desperately need them. It will also provide training in methods of green construction to help make possible similar developments in the future. Even in these difficult times, I feel confident that this building will be built. Why am I so confident? Because of the tremendous amount of support, help, and encouragement that I have received from many wonderful people in Hartford, in the city, in the state, in the private, the business community, and the residents at large. I've got so much support for this project and throughout the state, and I really appreciate that. This building will also help bridge the gap between Constitution Plaza and Front Street development and help join these two significant developments together. Actually, one of the charge of the architect who designed the building, CBT, is to really connect that intersection of the Columbus Boulevard and State Street and somehow connect physically through this building into the plaza to bring more activity on that one. And the architect that designed the project has really taken care of that one. How do we bring more people into the sidewalk? So we need your continued help and support, and at every level, state, municipal, and federal level. And I believe this project also represents an economic stimulus for all of us. And stimulus means jobs. Connecticut needs a governor who is fully engaged in developing businesses and creating jobs in new fields like green technology and construction, and be a true ambassador for retaining new businesses in our state, in our urban areas. I sincerely believe in that one. And this is a good year that we're having opportunities to have folks who are committed to do things that we all want to see happen.
Thank you.
Again, I thank you very much for coming in here, and all the folks that gathered here, and wish everybody the best.
All the best to you.
Okay.
That's it. Speaking of jobs, David.
Thanks. Let's see my friend. Good afternoon. My name is Dave Roach. I'm the business manager for the Sheet Metal Workers Local 40 here in Connecticut. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today about Ned Lamont and Mary Glassman and their plans to get Connecticut working again. Ned Lamont knows that business needs labor, and we know that labor needs businesses. Working together is essential if we're going to fix our economy and put people back to work. Green jobs and job training has to be part of the plan. If we're going to lower energy costs, Ned Lamont has the plan. Renewable energy is our energy future, and a state that prepares its labor force to do the work will lead us into the 21st century. Ned Lamont is taking steps to get our state moving again. Ned Lamont plans to team with trade unions from both tech schools and community colleges for job training and our apprentices to prepare for the future green workforce that will be needed to revitalize Connecticut's economy and keep young people employed in our state. I can tell you from experience as a graduate from AI Prince Tech here in Hartford that this plan will work. It will work, and it can work. Ned plans to reduce energy costs, training for our young people, and create good paying jobs that will put people back to work. See behind me the yellow shirts, these are my apprentices. Some of these gentlemen behind me are out of work right now. 50% unemployment right now in our trade. That's not good. These guys are in training, they need that. We have, in the sheet metal industry, been the leaders in green technology from day one. This is new, it's not new to us. We've been doing this as part of our business in the HVAC business. These guys have the training. We've incorporated a green workforce initiative within our local. We have the trainers that have the certifications to come in and teach them. What we need is to fill that dirt lot behind us with a building so these guys can get back to work. Build a building efficiently, economically, so that Connecticut can get back going again. It's time for Connecticut to elect someone that will show leadership we so desperately need for our next governor, someone who cares about the residents of Connecticut, putting our people back to work by creating jobs and the training that will make Connecticut shine again. Connecticut needs Ned Lamont and Mary Glassman for its next governor. Thank you.
Jay?
Thank you, Ned. I'm Jay Winthrop, and I would just add that Ned and Mary have convened state officials, environmental leaders, academics, and business leaders to come up with a comprehensive environmental and energy program. In this program, Ned's charge to us was quite simple. Make sure it doesn't cost the state money, make sure it creates jobs and improves the quality of life in our state. I can tell you Ned's program on the environment is robust and is innovative and really will give this state a chance to really lead the nation in some very forward-looking environmental programs that will create jobs, that will improve the quality of life in the state, and will not cost the state money. I'll give you three concrete examples to think about. The first that we've talked about is an improved, enhanced method for trading water quality credits in Long Island Sound and improving the quality of the water in our treasured resource of Long Island Sound. He's also talked about, and Mary has too, creating an environmental job corps for young people to enable young people interested in the environment to stay in the state, have meaningful careers, and help with this green revolution that Ned and Mary are so focused on. And the third area of job creation is better management of our state's farmland and forest land. You'll hear more about this in the coming days and weeks, but I can tell you it's a terrific plan, and I'm very proud to be endorsing it and associated with Ned and Mary, two terrific candidates for governor and lieutenant governor. Thanks very much.